The question might arise, how are we united to Jesus Christ? How does God take what is Christ's and make it known to us? Well, one way to try to explain that is found in Ephesians chapter 2, verses 1 through 10. In verse 2, Paul talks about a former walk that is conditioned by being in the flesh, being a son of disobedience, being a child of wrath, being dead in trespasses and sins. Verse 10 of Ephesians 2 talks about a new walk in good works, as those who have been created in Christ Jesus, that we might walk in them. So the question in Ephesians 2 is, how do we move from being dead in sin and walking in the flesh to being created in Christ Jesus for good works that we might walk in them? Well, the key is found in verse 5. To put it simply, here it is. While we were dead in sins and trespasses, God sovereignly imparted new life to us and made us alive together with Jesus Christ. By grace you are saved. Now what that means is simply this, that we come into this world totally unable to seek God, totally unable to prepare ourselves to seek God. And what God does is imparts to us a new resurrection life that is analogous to the resurrection life that was imparted to Jesus Christ when dead. In fact, earlier in Ephesians 1, Paul says that the same power that raised Jesus from the dead is currently at work in you. God looks upon us the way Ezekiel 37 presents it in the Old Testament, a valley of dry bones. Can these bones live? Only the sovereign Lord knows, and only the Spirit of the Lord can breathe new life into them, so that we are like those dry bones who have no spiritual life within us, until the Spirit raises us up, informs us, and breathes the breath of life into us. This is what Reformed theologians call a doctrine of regeneration, an imparting of new life. While dead in sin, God imparts new life. Another way to think of it is in 1 Timothy 1:9, we have been called into the fellowship of Jesus Christ. There is an effectual, sovereign, saving summons by which we are called into the fellowship of Jesus Christ. And no sooner does God renew us and call us than at the same time He gives us, now Ephesians 2:8, the gift of faith. We are saved by grace through faith, by God sovereignly imparting new life to us. What is the attendant human response? What's the gift that God gives to all whom He renews? Faith. And this faith then is the instrumental means by which we lay hold of Christ. And this faith is not of ourselves, it's the gift of God. It's not by works, lest we should boast. It is a sovereignly gifted reality, so that when we think about it, we are united to Christ when, while dead in sin, God makes us alive, effectually calls us, unites us to Christ by a Spirit-wrought faith, so that God lays hold of us in effectual calling and regeneration, and we lay hold of Him by a Spirit-wrought faith. And that's the twofold bond of union. Effectual calling and regeneration, God laying hold of us, raising us up, giving us new life, and then by an enabled human response, a gift of faith, we lay hold of Jesus Christ and are therefore united to Christ by faith in our effectual calling.